Damn, Griff, first one in the room. You get notifications? Welcome. Welcome. We haven't done a sunset in a while, and my legs are cramping from work today, so I said to myself, let me walk around and work off the lactic acid because I'm not going to be able to sleep even though I want to sleep. Ah, you did. Awesome. At least something works in this world, and that's some notifications. So we're going to make our way down to the waterfront. But welcome to the two people who haven't commented yet. Welcome. They're going to disappear now. They're going to leave. What a crazy day at work today. Good to see you, Mary London. Welcome. Crazy day today. Had an 11-year-old from the Netherlands. Took over the Brooklyn and Manhattan bridges today. Had a great freaking time. It was great. Good people on both tours today. Laurie's here. Good to see you, Laurie. But really good energy. Nice having. I can't say that for the tourists around us, though. Lots of tourists misbehaving. Stanley Roberts out there in Arizona would be proud of how many tourists were misbehaving today. Good to see you, Tracy Taylor. Welcome. Lots of tourists misbehaving today, though. It was pretty hilarious. Crazy ass crap going down the bridge today. Crazy ass children letting be ran into streets today. Good to see you, Jen, from the beautiful state of Minnesota. Gail Cohen's in the house. Good to see you, Gail, and good to see you, Lotus Flow. Hello. Oscar Fleetwood, welcome. Just making our way down to the waterfront. I have to work off the lactic acid in my legs because I have rode a bike 22 miles today for work. It was it was good weather, but by the end of the day, and it is right now, it's quite humid. Even though right now the temperature has dropped a few degrees, but it was a very high energy day because the people were high energy, but they were good energy. Everyone wanted to be there. Everyone wanted to take pictures and Instagrams. It's 115 degrees. Get in the air conditioning. Eventually, Gail. I mean, I guess eventually, Lori. We'll get there. I am in no rush. Yeah, get in the air conditioning. Hells yeah. 115 is definitely not fun. Definitely not fun. But it was a really good day today, so I'm really happy with the day and how it went. And hopefully everyone had a great day today. Or if you're out there in Australia or Japan and you're just starting your day, hopefully you're going to have a great Friday. Tomorrow, I like it without the humidity. Good to see you, Brian Davis. Hello. I like no humidity. You know, the lower humidity, the better. The day started out with very low humidity. It felt great. Good to see you, Jackie. But by the end of the second tour today, it got just a little bit hot. I completely passed out on the subway, so my neck kind of hurts also too right now. The wife is still at work. She is taking on a gajillion projects right now. So she is not even home yet. Mind you, we left at the same time today. What's all this guy's doing? Oh my God, they always see when they see the gimbal, they effing slow down. And then they want to see what the hell I'm doing. Let's keep the static shot here on the entrance to the Fort Hampton Army Base. Wow, it's closed. Did you have something to do with this? Is this your doing? The fort being closed? How do you feel about this entrance of the fort being closed? It's amazing, right? Yeah, I know. Okay. It's not your fault, right? Okay. I'll give it to the cat. And say that it's not the cat's fault. Oh my God, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome, Lori. Thank you so much for the super chat. It was great songs. It was great music. We had really good music on the radio show the last couple of shows. Real good music. Can't go wrong with Minnie Riperton. Yeah, he's on guard. Yeah, the cat's on guard, folks. The cat's on guard. As we walk through, as the locals call it, Cannonball Park. It's hard to imagine that before the Verrazano Narrows Bridge was here, there's like a casino over here at one point, and there was a pier where you could get off and play at the casino, and a small amusement park which had a Ferris wheel, and the cannon, which is over there now, which was originally placed here in the park in 1825. That cannon was placed right over here near the entrance to Fort Hamilton. There is a great website called Hay Ridge. Hay, like that, H-E-Y, Hay Ridge. And they have an amazing story about the whole Cannonball Park and all that. It's pretty cool. I highly recommend checking it out. And I think I've given up. I think Streamlabs has given up on the whole Bill Murray gif there, Laurie. So sorry about that. I'm gonna have to find a new gif that is more consistently works. Rode a bus to the big city today. Took the light rail. That's always fun. I get to feel that way every day. Get to ride on the big subway. One of my favorite statistics is, of course, on every weekday, 3.5 million people just in the morning hop on the New York City subway. You see them dancing, yeah. They usually walk to and fro places. It's fun taking mass transportation. It's very convenient. I always recommend it. It's better than driving. More efficient than driving. I want to say it's better, because it's, of course, a different experience. And this is working out my legs. This is good. I needed to work out my legs. This is good. Metro Transit mailed out a free $10 bus pass. That's sweet. Free bus passes are always good. As we walk towards 4th Avenue and Shore Road. The Belt Parkway just off to my right-hand side. We will be walking over the Belt Parkway momentarily. There's a Dover Patrol Monument. Right over there, there's a copy of this in Dover, on the cliffs of Dover in the UK, and over on the northern shore of France. Dedicated to the Dover Patrol from World War I. This was placed here in 1919. Kind of amazing. Right, take advantage of that free $10. Free $10. Can't go wrong with a free $10 pass. Thinking I should, instead of go where we usually go, try somewhere different. I think I'm gonna go up the hill here, and instead of going down to the waterfront where we always go, I think we're gonna go over to the park and its new entrance, because I haven't seen that new entrance of the park on 97th Street in the sunshine, in the daylight. So we have some time until sunset. Sunset is at 7:50. This evening, we're finally getting back to sensible sunset times. I'm going to try to do a Wonder Wheel sunset this week. Probably not tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be doing a beer review tomorrow. We have tickets for the can release of the Phlox Capacitor Imperial Pale Ale merging Back to the Future themes and India Pale Ale beer at the Coney Island Brewery. It's going to be pretty awesome. Good to see you, Elvis. All you foreigners, yes. Yes, we're going to have a proper beer review tomorrow. That'll be probably around 5 o'clock tomorrow, 5, 6 o'clock. How long this, I always forget how long during the daytime this light is. It's a lot longer than what it usually is at night. 4th Avenue. And now what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna walk up. We're gonna walk up the park here. Or actually what I should do is it's open. We'll walk through the park and I'll really get my exercise in. We'll walk through the park. It is perfect for Godzilla. Absolutely. I wish Godzilla would have destroyed the Verrazano Bridge. The only kind of, besides Saturday Night Fever, the only kind of pop culture reference that the Verrazano Bridge makes an appearance in is one of the Metal Gear Solid games. I believe begins on the Verrazano Bridge. So. Are the keys still in that scooter? I wish. Probably not. Yes, the jogger's getting his workout. I need to get this lactic acid through my legs because I was trying to sleep and my legs are cramping like something awful. Let's go into Shore Road Park. Yeah, it's like the beginning of Metal Gear Solid. And they're on the Verrazano. All right, let's see how much of this park they have redone. This is a park where I've learned how to ride a bike. As you see, it's nice and hilly here. As you enter the park here, going downhill with the on-ramp to the highway. And what is funny sometimes is that cars do think sometimes that this is the on-ramp to the highway. So every now and then you'll have a car careening down this little pathway. It's not fun. Good to see you, Osvaldo. Wepa. I gotta make you a moderator over on Twitch. Over there on the radio show land. Now see, they've always had an issue with drainage right here, but look at some of these trees here. This is kind of amazing. Some of these trees are like really old. Some of these trees are like pushing 150 years old now. They've always never knew what to do with this over here. They've always never knew what to do with it. Oh yeah, in autumn time? Hells yeah. Can't wait for autumn. This morning you could feel tinges of it. This morning you felt tinges of autumn because it was so dry. It wasn't humid. Humid right now, I tell you what. This is nice. They've repaved this since the last time I've walked this. This is really nice. Perfect place to teach a child to ride a bike. There it goes. As I go up the hill, this is when I feel it in my calves. This is what I need right now. This is what I'm coming out here for. Get the lactic acid out of the calves. So Shore Road up there, the Belt Parkway and the waterfront bike path down there. No, it's not dehydration. It's just that at the end of the day today, believe me, I was very well hydrated today. It was just at the end of the day, the humidity got got really up there, and I was pretty tired. I came home, I ate, and I wanted to just go right to sleep and take a nap, but my legs were not letting me do that. Carrie Harris, hello, good to see you. We're getting to our little vantage spot where we're going to watch sunset for today. It's your second, soon will be your favorite time of year. Yeah, right? Autumn. Can you imagine? We're already on 3 fireworks Fridays left, counting tomorrow night. And then that is it. We are done. The Minnesota State Fair there. I got one down to the fair there. All right. It's beautiful over here. It's pretty nice. We're lucky we have a park like this. Because that's the thing. We're lucky we have a pretty cool park like this. Down beneath over here, there's like a baseball field down here. And when we come out, you get to see a soccer field. But there's a whole new ramp, which they've been trying to build for the freaking longest. Who knows how many pseudo-state agencies got paid for it. But this is where the raccoons hang out. Up here somewhere. This is where they burrow and live. Also the rats. They will burrow and live in the hill here. Good to see you, Brandon. Welcome. All right, what time we're cooking with here? 7:16. Sunset is at 7:50. So a little over a half hour. So now we're going to the spot where I used to go sledding all the time. This was there's a hill in the golf course, which I would love to show you guys one day. But this was my preferred hill because there was no climbing over fences and stuff like that. There was no trespassing coming to this hill here. And wow, they mowed this down really nice. See, these trees are really old. It looks like they've cleaned all these trees up here. They've done a lot of work down here. Wow. It's my first time seeing it in the daytime. I think we might have a dog walking club up ahead in there. Some champion dog walkers there. Yeah, right. Your favorite time of year also? Well, everyone likes fall. So this is the new ramp here. Much more sophisticated and complicated. Let's do this. Boom. Okay. I think we're back. Tell me if we're back or not, guys. Remember that building we passed the other day and we got we got the signal zapped? We're in front of that building right now. We're in front of that building. Remember the other night when we were walking down this way? Look at that sunset. Okay, good. We're back. Good. What the hell? Okay. Well, here we are. We're back. That was that weird spot where everything gets knocked out. Jason Rodriguez, yours is winter, Christmas, snow, and all that New Year's. Awesome, Jason. Welcome. We're in our little spot now to watch sunset. Let me show you this hill here. Is this whole hill really like blocked off? I want to show you this little. Ooh, you got the lime scooters over there. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. They've totally redone this. So this is where I used to go sledding. Was right here. They redone this whole thing. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna stand here on the concrete slab so I don't mess. I think they're still I think they're still planting on this thing here. Huh. Man, it looks like nobody out here too. There go all the comments. There come all the comments back. Yeah, it's pretty nice right here, right? Like everything gets framed right here. This is why I like coming out here. And what you don't see is the highway. The highway is blocked off by all the shrubbery down below. Then again, I do want to see. Yeah, I do want to see more of the water. You know what we're gonna do? I know what we're gonna do. I know what we're gonna do. Oy! Let's go back over and get right down to the waterfront, because I want to walk down and around. How much time I got here? Yeah, I got a half hour. I don't want to upset the dog walkers. Okay, let's see if the signal goes out again. We're getting in front of that weird building again. We're getting in front of the weird building again, folks. So if it suddenly just drops out, I'm gonna kind of run past it, and hopefully we'll come right back. Let's see if it happens again. I can see there's cell phone antennas on top of that building where we get knocked out. Okay, interesting. No, not Chinese government. You know, I think it is. Sometimes people, because they live underneath a cell phone transmitter, they'll provide their own blocking defenses for their apartment, kind of counteracting the radiation, the radio radiation, if that makes any sense. Oh, looks good. How's it look, Elvis? I think we're pumping out 60 frames. Should look good. We have a solid signal. We're in the neighborhood. It looks like Stranger Things. Awesome. A lot better. Very nice. Yeah, let's get back down to the water here. The lights have just turned on. And now I need that tinfoil hat. Yeah. Get the tinfoil hat. Get the signal disruptor. As the children scream. And we are on the gimbal, so I'm kind of running out the gimbal battery to doing this little broadcast today. So making everything work and finish up for the day, because tomorrow we'll be using everything tomorrow. Like I said, we're gonna do a beer review, which should be great fun, because when I found out that the Coney Island Brewery was gonna kind of tie in Back to the Future with beer, I was like, how can I not miss that? So I'm making it a point to get down there early to day drink on camera with you guys. A gimbal's an artificial chicken, yes. Yes, I did. I almost had to do tours in the rain yesterday. Luckily, there were these two ladies from London who were signed up for the tour. They were there, and luckily it was downpouring rain, and they decided to not come on a tour. They're going to join me on Tuesday, and they really want to ride the bridge. They're like physically active, and they really want to ride the bridge. So to ride it on a rainy day when you know you could really ride it and have some fun. It's not fun riding in the rain. Day drinking is fun, but luckily they rescheduled, so that's a blessing. But yesterday I had to look at this. You know, I'm still kind of I'm messed up in my head about what I witnessed yesterday with this father and his daughter yesterday on the Brooklyn Bridge. They were not on my tour. So if you watched yesterday's video, I thought they were not. These two people were not on my tour. This family wasn't on my tour. They were scheduled to come on the tour, but by the way the kid at the office kind of described it, it was like they decided not to go on the tour because, one, they didn't speak English very well, and two, the little girl did not want to come on a tour. And the way this father was pushing this little girl on the bridge to the point of, she was crying and she was like giving up, and it was just so freaking sad. And it was hot, it was chaotic. There were people who were yelling at her because they didn't, other cyclists, other people walking around, they don't understand the situation. But also the family was in their own little world too. I mean, I had the little girl's sister run her bike into my arm, and because she was taking pictures with her DSLR and while riding a bike, which I don't recommend doing. Do one or the other. But that's still kind of messing with me today. But yeah, well, now she's gonna hate going biking, absolutely. Now she's gonna really hate it. She's not gonna want to ever come out again. Do I get combat pay? Good question, Bob. Good question, Bob. I get kind of a combat pay if I take more people extra than the 15 that are scheduled on the tour. I get a bonus depending on how many people are on the ride. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, between people walking out in the street, looking at their cell phones, between people parked in the bike lane, between people who don't understand what it's like to have a bicycle group, a tour, People sometimes freak out when they see like 20 bicycles all moving around in a big swarm, And then, of course, Brooklyn Bridge. Brooklyn Bridge is its own thing. It gets pretty stressful. It gets pretty stressful, to say the least. Wow, look at this. We're getting a really cool sunset right now. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Well, listen, Lori, I had people today on the tour. I had an 11-year-old boy on the tour, and I had a 12-year-old boy on the tour. And then I had 2 teenage girls on one of the rides, and they were like 14, 15. If they're competent riders, then it's perfectly fine. But I think in this child's case, who was totally freaking out yesterday, I don't think riding a bike was like a normal thing for her. I'm gonna make a video about that. I'm gonna make a video. All right, guys, here we go. We're here next to this. I'm gonna tell you if you know about this tree stump. I have a hilarious story about the tree that used to be there. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But there's your sunset. There's your sunset, right on time. Look at that. That's cool looking. Yay. Got a nice solid signal. This is great. This is great. Very peaceful out here. The bike's passing by and all that good stuff. But I'm going to definitely make a video about how to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge. I've seen one video that's literally called How to Walk Across the Brooklyn Bridge from a Local. Be very wary when people add from a local on their titles on YouTube videos, because most likely not, they've only been living in said city for only a few years. So I don't know if that makes them a local, but let me not get into that now. At the elementary school that your kids went to, one of the teachers made a school club that will go. Oh, they made a biking club. Nice. Yeah. Also did some biking field trips. Yeah. Biking field trips are fun. But I'm definitely going to do a video on, what the do's and the don'ts. Way too many tourists today in particular climbing the bridge. I mean, I thought yesterday was bad, but today was ridiculous. Maybe a little bit crazy. Absolutely serene sunset indeed. Absolutely. I knew we were going to have some nice cloud action and everything like that, so. So you can say natural. Yes, you can maybe say it like that. Yeah, tutorial. I mean, I encountered a few very pushy and very arrogant tourists today. Yesterday was more. There was more of them out there yesterday. Like yesterday, the group of people listening to my Brooklyn Bridge speech was ridiculous. Oh, neutral tourist. So you don't bother anyone. Yes, try to stay neutral. But I mean, today the big issues were people climbing on the bridge, and there's an area where you could kind of cross over from the A train to get onto the bridge, but you're crossing over the on-ramp to the bridge, so cars don't expect you to be crossing there. There is no crosswalk there. They have signs and barricades telling people not to cross there, and today people were just dashing across it. And that was see, now I'm just remembering now that somebody made their child cross the road by themselves to get to their mother on the other side of the road. It was quite harrowing for the 3 seconds that I was watching it. Cue the rustic boats. That's looks like that's maybe an oil tanker out there making its way up into New York Harbor. Looks like the flow is going in to the harbor right now from left to right. Exactly, Osvaldo. Yeah, it's a very fine line I have to walk when I talk about these kind of things. But I mean, in the end, I am stern and kind of rude about it for your safety, because this is New York City. If you don't pay attention, you could possibly get killed. Wow, pretty cool sunset. Looks like we're ending it. Looks like it'll be a quick afterglow special here. 32 past the hour. Here's some contrast here with the bridge is right over here. Thank you, Griff. I appreciate that. Yes. It's not hard to find out how it is to be a good tourist. And being a good tourist here in New York City means you're going to be a good tourist pretty much anywhere in the world. I think the only place I will be a bit nervous at it will be like probably mainland China. Because I've seen some videos on how people behave over there, and it's like, wow, it's like they've brought that kind of behavior here, but it's nothing like on the level like it is out there. I hate to say this, always in Chinatown, when we ride the bike through Chinatown, it's always like playing a game of Frogger. People just walk out into the street. That has to be probably one of the scariest things I have to deal with, is people just walking out into the street, because I've had some of my worst accidents on bike tours being guests running into people who literally are not watching, paying attention. They just wander out into the street, not even looking at the light, and it seems to always happen in Chinatown. So yes, never walk out into the street. Never walk out into the street without looking, please. Yeah, that's what it seems like, Lori. I mean, I've had people like that on the tour, I've had people like that on the tour, come on the tour and not necessarily occupy my time by asking me questions, but kind of just doing their own thing. And then when you're doing their own thing, you got to kind of watch them and make sure you don't lose them, because you will lose them. They will just do their own thing and get lost. So the Chinese are disrupt a part of the city? I wouldn't necessarily say that, but it seems to be more prevalent of people walking out into the street and all that it's always down in Chinatown in Manhattan. I wouldn't even say that would be the kind of like the Chinatown here in Brooklyn on 8th Avenue, because it seems like they pay attention more. But then again, the street is a lot more confined and a lot more trucks and stuff like that on 8th Avenue, so. Oh yeah, look it up, yes. Oh, is that a Dutch word? Are you using them Dutch words on us? But yeah, I had really good people on both tours today. I was really blessed with good people today. So and today was a good day. People tipped. It was good. Oh, it means overlaps. Okay. Well, Chinese are an integral part of New York City. As for their Chinatown in Manhattan, which dates back to the 1830s, 1820s, that's beginning to disappear because it's getting just so expensive to live on the island of Manhattan. So they're moving out. More of them are moving out to Brooklyn. I mean, the largest, just Chinese, mainland Chinese people, town in New York City will be here in Brooklyn. But Flushing, Queens comes a very close second. But Flushing, Queens is more of like Asian town. So it's like besides Chinese, you have Korean and Vietnamese and Filipino and Japanese and, all Asian peoples. That's what makes it really great to go down there for food. If you come to New York City and really want to go on like a food adventure and not know what the hell you're doing, go out to Flushing Meadow, go out to Flushing, Queens, take the 7 train to the last stop. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. That's what I love about Queens. Queens has everything. I mean, Queens has a large Colombian population and a large Dominican population and a large, Puerto Rican. I mean, they're all there. Mexican, Ecuadorian. I just lump them all together. Like, they're all working class people. They're all working class people. That's what it comes down to. Let's walk all the way down to the waterfront. Now we're going to make our way up to 92nd Street here and make our... I think I'm going to try to walk exactly 3 miles right now. I'm going to try to walk exactly 3 miles. Queens used to be its own city. Yeah, Long Island City, Queens was its own city until the mistake of 1898, that is. The most languages are spoken in Queens. It's the most diverse county in the United States. Something like 238 languages are spoken there. Kanish's Yarmul Schimmel on East Houston and was that either East Houston and Essex, or just a block off of Essex? See, I'm actually looking both ways here to see where these cyclists are gonna come because I'm a Brooklyn Bridge cyclist, so I don't expect anyone to pay attention down here. But yeah, Yarmul Schimmel. And that store dates back to like 1909. They have most Kanishas are like kind of rectangular in shape, but Yarmul Schimmels, they're handmade Kanishas. They're round, and let me tell you something, so freaking good. Oh my god. I got to do a video down there. We got to do a video down there where I go down to get a Kanish at Yarmul Schimmels. Actually, New York One did a story about the Kanish's history. What was it, last week? It's pretty cool. Roger Clark, who follows me on Twitter. I seem to be a few reporters' go-to guy for Coney Island, which is pretty funny. I must eat a day. Oh, you want me to eat a Kanish for you? You got it. I'll eat a Kanish for you. Yeah, we got to go to Yarmul Schimmels. It'll be fun. It's kind of amazing, right, Osvaldo? 13.5 million people immigrate through Ellis Island between 1898 and 1951. Like at one point, there's a 3-year span in the 1860s where Castle Garden processes close to 1.7 million Irish fleeing the potato famine. That Emma Lazarus poem is not about people coming from Europe. It's about people coming from all around the world because it was already happening at that time. No, I wouldn't say that, Elvis. I wouldn't say that. A lot of them come here legally. You calling your free card? We never did a special video for your birthday. I had to do a special video for your birthday. I did fireworks on your birthday. That's not special enough. You should have tuned in. I didn't know I had to do a special video. You did? Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't remember. But we did have fireworks. We did have fireworks on the, what was that, the 26th? I mean, yeah, you asked me if I was going to broadcast and if I could do anything special. I said, yeah, the fireworks. I remember now what I said. So, yeah, you had fireworks. I don't know how much more special do you need. Any excuse to get a Knish, okay. I'll try, you know what? Tomorrow with that flux capacitor beer, maybe a Knish might be a good thing to have before I drink that flux capacitor beer. So I'm going to get a couple of cans of that tomorrow, so I'm going to be pretty buzzed. So maybe I might have to get a Knish to create a nice base for the beer tomorrow. So we'll get, if you come to Coney Island, that's Paul's Daughter is a great spot to get a Knish. Paul's Daughter. So I would get a Knish at Paul's Daughter, walk it over to the brewery. Incubator beer is good also. I never had what do you mean by incubator beer? What is it like born and then they keep it in a machine to keep it alive? Or is that like the company name? Is it a Dutch brand? Because when I think of the word incubator, I think of incubator babies. Enubulator? Never had enubulator beer. Or encabulator beer. Never had encabulator beer. There we go. I had to stop walking there to read that. Do I mean it? Did you mean Excalibur? I never had Excalibur beer. There we go. Well, tomorrow we're going to have a limited can release of, that's a good movie, Excalibur. Yeah, guess where we're going at the end of this video, Osvaldo? Where do you think we are ending this video? Where do you think we're ending the video? Actually, I gotta go to the bank, get some money, so it's all good. Good to see you, Matt. Welcome to the entrance here to New York Harbor. No, we're not going to the Freak Bar. The Freak Bar is about a 3-mile walk down that way. Now we're gonna go to the beer store. Tomorrow night after the fireworks, I'll be at the Freak Bar. And do not stalk me out. Guy Heyman, driving the roads of America, welcome. I was at the Freak Bar the last couple of nights. There's a show tonight that I want to go see, but I'm too tired. I need sleep. I need like a good, solid. I've been only sleeping now for 4-hour intervals, which is finally caught up to me at the end of the week. So I need a good like 8-hour block of just sleep, lying down, eyes closed. 119, get in the air conditioning. It's not a deli, they only sell beer there, so it is officially a beer store. Almost time for you to get your tickets to New York. Awesome. Oh, okay, let's see, watch this tonight on YouTube. Turbo Encabulator, the original. I'm gonna have to check that out, Elvis. Pretty much, Osvaldo. Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, I get very cranky. No fireworks tonight, but tomorrow night I'll be on around 9:30, and we'll be at our usual spot on the beach. I just realized that this is probably tagged with fireworks in it. I might have to adjust the tags on this. I just realized this is the perpetual broadcast where I just turn it off or on. Yes, Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. Wasn't there like a TGIF Bastard Child that ABC tried to make, and it was on a Thursday night, and it was like Murder, She Wrote and Columbo, and I just remember things that never existed. I remember when TGIF was a big deal, though. Like, everyone talked about it. You know, oh, well, did you see that episode of Perfect Strangers? Did you see Full House? Did you see Dinosaurs and Not the Mama? The Dukes of Hazzard. Right, Thursday was must-see TV on NBC. That's right. See, now I got it correct. That's must-see TV was on NBC, and that was Seinfeld and all that good stuff. But I only pretty much watched Seinfeld. And was News Radio on at that point, right? I don't think News Radio was on. Might have been. Or Frasier. Was it Frasier? I forget. Now they're all on Me TV. Life was much simpler back then, Carrie. Cheers, l'chaim. Nice sky out right now. It's really nice down here. Right? Oh, America's Funniest Home Videos. Who remembers, what was it again? Not America's Funniest Home Videos. It was like America's Funniest People. Who remembers America's Funniest People? Or my favorite on Fox, which I am desperate to find any kind of video or episodes of this. The Best of the Worst. Who remembers The Best of the Worst? I remember the theme music to that show like so vividly, but they're like, there's none of it exists on TV. I mean, on YouTube. Right? Bloopers and practical jokes, of course. Dick Clark, Ed McMahon. God, ridiculous. I mean, look at the shows that we had. We were so blessed. Even though you know what's weird about bloopers and practical jokes? Was I always found the set more exciting than the actual show. Like, they were standing on like that plexiglass with like round bubbles that were lights, and I think that was the one with John Davison. Ripley's Believe It or Not, yeah. See, we talk about two things on this YouTube channel. We talk about food, and we talk about old TV shows. That's what we do. We make ourselves hungry, and we reminisce about olden times when we had rabbit ears on our top of our TVs. And remember when TVs weighed hundreds of pounds, and you had to get your friends. Oh, That's Incredible was John Davison. Correct. That's incredible. That's old. That's 80s. But The Best of the Worst was like, I used to love that show. I don't think I've ever missed an episode of The Best of the Worst, and it was on Fox. It was on before like Tracy Ullman. And it was when Tracy Ullman had the little Simpsons shorts, and Frank Takerton. Okay. I don't know who Frank Takerton is. Oh my God. Right, late 70s. Oh, That's Incredible? Yeah, late 70s? Yeah. John Davison was huge in the late 70s, early 80s. Still have your TV that your grandparents gave you back in the 80s? Awesome. Keep it working. Keep it running. Too funny, right? Right, Matt? Oh, man. But like Dinosaurs was such a great show. I mean, who would have thunk it? Like primetime TV, ABC, Dinosaurs, a little baby screaming, "Not the mama." You know? There's like this pinnacle of television that happened in the late 80s, early 90s. And it was like this last little bit of like wholesome kind of like, we're going to have a simple laugh. You know, it might be a little crude, but it's going to be a simple laugh. And now you like fast forward, and it's like, I always ask myself, are we past, yeah, we're past 30 seconds in the video. Who the fuck watches Big Brother? Like, who the fuck watches that show? Bruce was the brainchild for America's Funniest Videos, yeah. It absolutely is Waldo, absolutely. That's a big spoiler right there, folks. And I think that's on YouTube. You can see the very last episode of Dinosaurs. It's very creepy. You know what it is? It's not TV it's not boring. It's uninspired. It's uninspired. It's always trying to do the same thing over and over again because they think it's gonna work, or it's, as I say, it's vanilla, so they're not gonna like piss off anyone. But John Davison, the station you worked at played the John Davison show with the replacement for Mike Douglas. Yeah, reality TV was, and I was around for the beginning of reality TV, so they did Good Burger on Nickelodeon. Good Burger had a lot of promise. TV is for NPCs, okay. Yes, back in the Ice Age, everyone huddled together, yes. We could blame it on the Osbournes? No. I mean, oddly enough, the Ozzy Osbourne reality show was actually quite well done. It was when they started doing like adventures with Jack and all that shit. It was like, okay, guys, it's time to pack it up. But then again, I think that's the kids' claim to fame, is that they were on their parents' reality show. Absolutely, Osvaldo. Yeah, Cops was the first real reality show that a lot of people watched. Absolutely. Alf, Married with Children, Ted Bundy. Well, Al Bundy. Al Bundy, he wouldn't be around today. Al Bundy, he would offend somebody, and even though the comedy for the time was very smart and very sophisticated, now it's just like, yeah. It's unfortunately, Al Bundy wouldn't be able to live in today's ridiculous, and PC culture. Listen, I have a whole theory on the whole PC culture. Remember that life is not black and white. Life is a whole bunch of gray. And Ted Bundy, right? Yes. Remember Ted Bundy and Married with Children? Boy, wasn't that great. Remember when he murdered the whole family? It was fantastic. They did it for sweeps one year. But yeah, very sterilized, Lori. Like I said, very vanilla. Like why did I get kicked? Why did I get kicked off of Periscope? Right? Let's why did I get kicked off of Periscope? Because I wasn't vanilla. Because I wouldn't kiss ass. That's what they wanted me to do. I was an easy voice that people could listen to and watch while I showed you the sky, and because I had an opinion. And I was showing the hypocrisy and lies of the application. That's why I got kicked off. Right? Beavis and Butthead. Well, Ren and Stimpy actually, last weekend, 30 years ago, Ren and Stimpy debuted. Now feel old. Now remember, who remembers how the original Real World worked? Who remembers that? It was here in New York. They lived in an apartment on Prince and Broadway. It's where the Dean and DeLuca is, for you people who know what New York is. Is where the Dean and DeLuca is. Exactly. You said, you know what it was, Lori? You were able to freestyle more. And when you freestyled, when you didn't stick to the script 100%, that's when the real comedy would shine. Oh, I hate The Miz. I hate The Miz from The Real World. I have met him a few times. He is the most arrogant piece of shit. I'm only going to say that he was probably putting on an act, but he is a real piece of shit. He is. Ugh. I was Puck's handler for a time, because when I worked at MTV, Puck was still around, and I was his handler whenever he came to New York. So I worked with that guy. And did he stink? Yes, he did. He stank up every hotel room he ever stayed in. And his epitaph, his end story is quite sad. He drove a car off a cliff with his son in the passenger seats. Luckily, the child survived. Both of them were nearly killed. And now he's like estranged from his baby mama, and he can't see his child, and Puck was an asshole too. I'll be the first to tell you that Puck was an asshole too. The only reason why, no, Puck didn't die, but he almost died. But it was reality TV for the time, so obviously he has to put on a persona and all that. But he was a bit arrogant. His personality was really big. But I guess that's what you got to be when you're on reality TV. But I had to make sure he got to his appointments on time. And I was the cool kid with the green hair. So, thus, you're hired. But that's my little story. Big Brother learned us how autistic and crazy neurotypical humans are. Maybe Elvis. I cannot stand the Big Brother shows. The Big Brother shows that's some of the worst TV ever created. I mean, obviously, you're gonna make people react when you stick them in a house full of cameras. It's bound to happen. But it's like, what are we on now? Big Brother, like 400? It's like, come on. And it's on prime time on CBS. I mean, prime time on CBS is like Honeymooners and Flintstones and MASH. I mean, just so disappointing. No, I've seen a UK version. No, they're no different. I've seen the UK version. Yes, it was invented in the Netherlands. Yes, Big Brother was invented in the Netherlands. Yes, and then it quickly went. And then after that, it went to Germany really quick, right? Then it finally went to the UK, and then after they refined it and MTV'd it, it came out here to the States. And it was the worst invention the Dutch have ever made. The Dutch should have just kept themselves to bikes. I think we can see Statue of Liberty from right here. I think we can. I don't think, maybe we can't. Yeah, it's through the shrubs this time of year. Absolute. Have you ever seen the movie The Corporation, Elvis? Have you ever seen the movie The Corporation? If you want to get really angry about today's society, I highly recommend watching that documentary. Or Surplus, if you want to have a nice visual MTV kind of style video experience about how messed up our economy is. Yeah, you got to check out that movie. It's a really good movie. I highly recommend it. The Corporation. And The Corporation is like almost 3 hours long. It's a very in-depth documentary about how corporations really run everything in your life. And then Surplus is I believe it's from Sweden. I want to say it's from either Sweden or Denmark. And it's kind of like a music video that shows you what living in today's world is like. And it's fucking terrifying. But those two movies give you a good idea of what it's like to live in our modern society that we live in today. And how kind of effed we all are. But The Corporation, there are some crazy truths in there that are just, it's scary, folks. It's scary. But it is 8 o'clock. We're going to bid adieu to the waterfront. Lovely sunset today. Bye. Bye, waterfront. Now it's time to walk up the hill. Hear me get out of breath. And we're not done yet, because we got to go to the beer store. So let's go to the beer store. Not done yet. Let's go to the beer store. Pretty much, Osvaldo. I mean, the way they commoditized, like genetic material and genetic sequences is pretty scary. Zog, yes. Zog. Haven't seen that in a hot minute. Yep, it's all interlinked. Absolutely. All right, this is where I get my calves worked out. I'm actually lifting my feet up right now so I could get the most amount of travel out of my calves right now and get a little bit more workout right now. Here we go. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. 1, 2, up. Whoa, look at that car. All right. Oh, that felt good. We're back on Shaw Road now. And we're gonna cross the street. Here's a great example of what I have to deal with all the time. People parked in the bike lane. Now see, here it's particularly dangerous because they're traveling at a pretty high rate of speed, but more importantly, coming the opposite direction, you're coming down a hill on a bit of a blind spot. So when these cars are making their way down the hill, they may not be ready for a cyclist to pass on the outside of them. Now look at how this looks, folks. Now this may look subtle, but this is dangerous. See, he even signaled and everything, because that's all you could really do in this situation as somebody else double parks in the bike lane down the road. I do have calves like the Liberty Mutual guy. Yes, I do. They're not designer calves, but I do have pretty good calves. I have the best calves on the live stream. For English teenagers who stay with the Amish, oh, I gotta check that out. There are a few shows that have been like that, where like I know like there's a few shows that brought Amish out here to New York City, and what's really funny is they always bring them to Coney Island. They always bring them to Coney Island. They always bring them to the sideshow. It's like, hey guys, look at the freaks. Look at the New York City freaks. They're all in Coney Island. They're all alive on the inside. Play the Zoltar. I'll play the Grandma's Predictions. Grandma's Predictions dates back to 1929. Zoltar, there's 4 of them in Coney Island. So
Which really like the side or the front?
I gotta do the Grandma's Predictions. A Hurricane Sandy survivor. Located directly underneath the 99-year-old Coney Island Wonder Wheel. A free Zoltar. I'll have to talk to the folks at Margarita Island and or Dino's Wonder Wheel Park about that. Yeah, it dates back to Big. What was that, 83, 85? And the Zoltar that you see in Big, that's from that's a Rye Playland up in Westchester. So that's not even Coney Island. A lot of people mix that place up with Coney Island, but it is. They filmed that in Westchester. Now, Grandma's Predictions, 1929. And actually, there was an episode of American Pickers where they found an original version of Grandma's Predictions. And I think they sold it for like $8,000 after it was all refurbished up. Free furniture here in the street. As I hear some bells ringing off in the distance. Me too. Right, you saw that on Pickers too, right? Wasn't that crazy? I got so excited. I was like, Grandma! Because our Grandma's Predictions, you know, it's been there since 29. It kind of came with the Wonder Wheel. So, you know, for that thing to live on as long as it did, especially after Hurricane Sandy, it's freaking amazing that we still have it. But whenever American Pickers is on, I just leave it on. That's it. It's me and the wife love it. It's the background TV for us. It's literally background TV for us. And we don't care. We watch replays over and over again. Doesn't matter. This guy has a missing headlight. Yay. Living with the Amish. Oh, okay, cool. I'll check that out. Same for Ruben and you, right? It's a great background TV. It's on YouTube for free. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. I'm going to have to check that out. Oh my God, of course. What, he paid like $8,000, $5,000 for a train set that was worth a couple of hundred or something like that. That was Frank. Frank got burned with that one. It's good TV. It's good TV, even though I could tell you when it's scripted. Like when they do the whole, giving them the call thing, that's all scripted. And especially if the homeowner doesn't want them there, obviously that is scripted to a certain extent because, if a person is really angry and you're on their property, I don't think they will allow 3 camera people and 2 sound people and lighting people and production assistant people on their property too. Remote control is great. I've been thinking about like how, right, they sold it for a fraction of what they paid for it. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's always fun when they find like those old cars and like the, especially when they pick the cars and like a tree's grown through it, or the motorcycle they had to dig up for parts in the rain. And I've been trying to figure out ways to kind of do more of a game show on the radio, like kind of something like remote control or some kind of like, but the problem is it's the whole latency issue. When you guys give me your comments, sometimes it might take too long to make the game feasible to watch. And I'm trying to figure out a way that we could have some fun and have maybe some trivia. Good to see you, Precious Gem. But obviously the radio show is good for what it is. It's a game. It's entertainment. It's a music show. I was watching you know what? I gotta say, I have so much fun watching the replays of the radio show. It's always so much fun watching the replays. So I've had fun the last couple of nights watching replays. Me and the wife. The song of the century. Mr. Softy. Buy ice cream now. Let's see if I can remember the words. Oh, he is vending. He is vending ice cream to the children of Bay. Mr. Softy, give me your money now. My name is Mr. Softy. Give me your money now. Ice cream and ice cream and ice cream for you. Ice cream and and spend your money now. My name is Mr. Softy and you spend your money now. It sounds like a bookie, yes. Buy some ice cream. Sound like a bookie. Yeah, it's gonna sound like a. We're taking bets on horses, folks. What's the trifecta right now? Tell me right now. Tell me right now. Tell me right now, damn it. Okay, one more block, and then, wow, the battery on the phone is almost dead. That went quick. And again, we do have an hour and 15-minute live stream, so that is good. Yeah, I wouldn't brag about being Mr. Softy. I wonder how Mrs. Softy feels. Oh yeah, buy your book and give your money now. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh no. That's like some kind. You know what that is, Lori? That's like some kind of catchphrase on like some like impotence drug. It's like, you don't want your wife to say Mr. Softy on the wedding night. Take Viagra Plus. Or what's really funny is like the pills they sell for like Alex Jones, like those pills they sell for like male vitality and stuff like this. Like, get ready for the nuclear bomb with all the testosterone in your blood. Get Super Eagle Sniper now, 100%. Now gluten-free. Yes, rise to the experience, yes. It's like when asshole Mike Krasandovich was selling like the blue pills, the gorilla pills. It's like, yes, you want to be a gorilla. Yes, we need to revert back to being gorillas before the bomb fucking drops. Yes. I know it's a radio, right? Isn't that a radio show commercial right there? I refuse to sell Alex Jones pep pills. I absolutely got him. They're a funny pill. They're a funny guy. They're all funny. All of them funny. It points to the right. What? Let's go to the bank. They are funny. They are funny. All of them. Ooh, look at the Ghostbusters house. Look at our paranormal apartment today. Today they are rocking a blue color. What are they doing up there? They always have bright lights on in that apartment. What the hell are you doing? Are they growing up there, for God's sake? Anyway. Oh, absolutely. Yes, sometimes. Sometimes, Laurie, sometimes. Super Sniper, 100%. Eagle Edition. Do you need to procreate after the bomb drops? So basically, this is what I'm hearing from the right. Oh, well, there we go. We're back. All right, my battery's about to die, so we're gonna do a quick summation here. And what do they want? What is the right telling me to do? Well, first of all, if I am a pseudo-religious person, then I must listen to the PTL and whatever his name is, the guy who sells the food buckets. And so I need to get myself $2,300 in food buckets so I could have food for like 8 months. And then I need to get some Alex Jones pep pills for my penis and vitality to continue to make babies after the bomb drops. Oh, and then I need to build a bomb shelter. Building a bomb shelter is imperative because I need to suffer in a post-apocalyptic kind of world. So I need to get a hard-on. I need to get very subpar food, and I need to build a bomb shelter. That's what the right is telling me to do. There you go, folks. There you go. This is the truth, people. This is the truth. Yeah, beauty of an advertisement. Yeah, it's an absolute gorgeous beauty of an advertisement. All right. Time to go into the bank. Right? That's the thing.
Thank you.
Only 20 years old. I'll check him out, Elvis. I always give everyone a fair shake. At least once, anyway. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go get money. Go get money for honey. Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, man. All right. Your bank. You got it, Osvaldo. You got it. I need some Bosco. I need some Bosco chocolate syrup. Yes. All right. Money for honey. Yay. Yeah. I left Chase Bank, and luckily Capital One, I get free ATMs reimbursed at the end of the month. Thank you, Capital One, for reimbursing my $3 fee at the end of the month. All right. Well, wasn't it fun hanging out with you guys for the last hour? Hope you guys had some fun. Check out the replay. Ooh, beer review tomorrow. Beer review tomorrow. Maybe a Knish review tomorrow. Fireworks, definitely. Tomorrow. Definitely doing fireworks, 9:30. So tune on in. Only 3 fireworks left. You're more than welcome, Esvaldo. With our Afterglow special. This is Dutch Moss signing off. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones, cherish the moments, and good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some beer. We're gonna have some flux capacitor beer. Whenever Back to the Future inspires an 8% imperial pale ale, then I am definitely down for that. So stay tuned. Make sure notifications are turned on. Make sure you check out my Twitter page to see what the hell I'm going to do, because I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I usually say it though on the Twitters before I go live. Look, it's my beer store. I'm going to let you. Let me end with the sign here to prove that it's not a deli, but it's a beer store. Because remember, folks, the first time I read this, I was like, I'm not that drunk. It's not a beer store. It's the beer store. Yes. Oh, you rode to Cyclone today, Pat? Wasn't it great? Cyclone's probably running really good today. Nice and humid out today, so thanks for coming on out. I'll see you guys later, folks. Good night, Mrs. Calabash. See you guys later, folks. Bye-bye.